Well, that was some rendition of the Danish national anthem. Arsenal fans who were here for the UEFA Cup final in 2000, some 10 seasons ago now, against Galatasaray, will remember. It's a very compact stadium, holds 38,000. The sides are very tight. It's very steep, and it's a pretty hostile place for Portugal to come. For Denmark, it does all look bright. They were held in Hungary in their opening qualifier. They've won all 5 since. They have a 3-point lead over Hungary going into tonight's match. Hungary about to kick off as well against Sweden in Bucharest, and that game starts in any moment. An absence of star names hasn't hindered the Danes. Impressive home form, the foundation behind their success, but it was the win in Portugal which was the catalyst. Tonight, they're without first-choice keeper Thomas Sorensen through suspension. Liverpool's Danny Agger is one of 2 members of the side who won in Sweden in the last qualifier, who misses out through injury. Thomas Karlenberg the other. So in come former Charlton goalkeeper Stefan Andersson, Anders Moller Christensen, who plays in his first competitive international, and the vastly experienced Jondal Thomason. Well, there's a first start for this campaign for Michael Silberbauer. Jakobsen, Rommedahl and Bendtner have also got experience of playing in the Premier League. Well, Portugal, despite plenty of furore you may have read about, don't include Brazilian-born LIEDSON. He's on the bench as Cristiano Ronaldo takes a more central role tonight, his 100th representative game at all levels for his country. Hugo Almeida has appendicitis. He's also carrying a foot injury. Luis Boa-Morte ruptured his cruciate ligament with West Ham, so he's also missing from the side that won in Albania in June. Former Chelsea midfielder Thiago is recalled, along with Simão Sabrosa, into a side that includes 4 men who featured in Portugal's semi-final in the last World Cup. Well, one side is packed with illustrious names and star players who struggle to work together as a team. The other has consistently overperformed and is greater than the sum of its parts. Will Portuguese star quality shine through tonight when it's most needed? Or will the clinically efficient Danes all but put a no-entry sign over the road to South Africa for Ronaldo and co, and take another big step towards the World Cup themselves? Denmark in the red shirts will get the game underway, and the referee tonight, Massimo Busacca from Switzerland, one of the most experienced of all European officials. It's been a nightmare campaign for Portugal, but they yet may come out of it unscathed. But that defeat that they suffered at home to Denmark, 2-1 up in stoppage time, only to lose 3-2, has had major ramifications on the whole group. And Morten Olsen on the left-hand side of your picture there with the glasses. He's been in charge nearly 10 years. This would be his greatest achievement, arguably, if he can lead Denmark out of this group as group winners to the 2010 World Cup. On paper, you would expect a home win in terms of the form of these 2 countries. Nevertheless, when you have a forward 3 of Deco, Ronaldo and Simão playing for you, you'll always fancy your chances of being able to score enough goals to get you out of trouble. Portugal have picked up 7 points from their 3 away games. Their home form's been desperate. Away from home, they've been all right. Will they be able to seek revenge for the defeat that they suffered the last time these 2 sides met in extraordinary circumstances in Lisbon a year ago, almost to the day? Denmark in the red shirts on the front foot early on, and appeals for a handball, but it's gone against Nicklas BENDTNER. The Arsenal striker is the man who has committed the offence. It's been an extraordinary campaign for the Danes. They haven't conceded in just over 6 hours in this campaign since the 3-2 win in Portugal. They've beaten Malta home and away, Albania here, and then Sweden away in their last game when Thomas Karlenberg scored the only goal. And they're on the front foot from the very off, as you might expect, although as Nicklas BENDTNER pokes it forward. It'll be easily mopped up at the back by Basingwa. Bendtner again going up for it. Here's Poulsen. Silberbauer. Portugal with enough bodies back just to clear their lines once more. It's a pretty makeshift centre-half partnership for the Danes tonight, with Schär partnering Moller Christensen. The latter featuring in a competitive international for the first time. Simon Schär winning only his third cap. It was Schär. Portuguese have been desperate to try and find how to get Cristiano Ronaldo more involved in these games. He really has been unable to replicate his magnificent club form at international level, by and large, throughout his entire Portugal career. Simão playing the ball in. It was Raul Meireles that made the run forward, possibly not expecting it to get to him at the near post. As the defender took his eye off it, so too did Meireles. Schär will be mightily relieved. The bottom line for Portugal, just to reiterate the situation, they're 7 points adrift of Denmark. This is the first of 4 games that they have left. If they lose tonight, they cannot win the group, and their hopes would depend on them finishing second. Even that would be a very tough prospect. In fact, if the other result goes against them with Hungary, if they were to beat Sweden this evening and Portugal lose here, then the Portuguese would have to beat Hungary home and away to even stay in the competition. They would then need results to go their way in the last round of fixtures. The Portuguese will expect to beat Malta at home. Here's Jon Dahl Tomasson, more than 100 times a Danish international. Lars Jakobsen with the ball in, which was just a little bit too deep for Martin Jørgensen. Back in from Poulsen, he's claiming a deflection. Good play by Jakob Poulsen, another one of the inexperienced players in the Denmark side, just the 5th cap tonight. Plenty of air underneath the first corner of the game. Bendtner claiming that he was shoved over by Duda, but the free kick has gone the other way. Leaning into Pepe. Portugal's situation seems pretty bleak. It would have been even worse if they hadn't conjured up a 90th minute winner in their last game in Tirana against Albania. Bruno Alves scoring in stoppage time to turn 1 point into 3. Otherwise, they would have been all but out by now.